Hi guys, my name is Braden Turner,
And my name is Lily Poteet.
and welcome back to the 10th episode of the Prosperity Project.
Yes, super exciting.
Today, Lily and I are coming here to talk about a very important topic currently in the state of Colorado. There's a bill being proposed regarding student and teenage mental health and possible screenings that will be implemented in schools across Colorado.
Yes, it's called the House Bill 23-1003 6th through 12th Grade Mental Health Screening Act.
So, Lily, verbatim, essentially, what is the House Bill 23-1003?
So, this is a common sense proposal by Democratic House Representative Daphne Michelson Janet and Democratic Senator Lisa Cutter. So, the bill sends resources to schools to identify mental health challenges in kids early and helps ensure that they have access to available services. It's a proposal that respects student privacy, honors parents' rights, and preserves school districts' autonomy while infusing much needed support to those districts that choose to opt into the program.
The 6th through 12th grade mental health assessment is a state level program that is administered by the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment that ensures annual access to a mental health assessment of all participating 6th through 12th grade students.
And the bill directs the department to establish criteria for selection of a provider to deliver the program. The statewide provider will perform the evaluations, review the results, and make referrals as prescribed by the bill.
Schools will only participate if they opt into the program, and parents will be notified of the assessment at the beginning of each school year with the opportunity to opt their child out.
So basically, just like kind of dumbing it down, what does it really mean?
Well, it means a couple of things. We know it threw just a lot at you, but essentially there's a bill being proposed that is providing an opportunity for schools across Colorado to reach out to any sort of mental health care provider that can provide a mental health screening at schools for any student at that school. And if they deem a student necessary for subsequent aid, then they will get them the help that they need. It's a mental health screening opportunity to effectively evaluate students and their mental health status.
Yeah, and so is this completely confidential, or how does the consent work? Piece of the evaluation work?
So it is confidential to a certain extent if the mental health provider deems that the student is in need of more help than what the screening is offering, then they are required to reach out to the student's parents and let them know. But there is a level of confidentiality up to a certain point. So,
Yeah. And basically, while parents have the option to opt their child out of the screening, children 12 years of age or older may choose to partake in the screening despite their parents opting them out. So,
yeah, and I think that's a really important thing because I think there may be some stigma amongst a lot of parents in Colorado that mental health is not that big of a deal and it's not a priority for their students to go through this stuff, or it may be pushing some sort of idea upon their students. But I think it is important for a student, if they deem it necessary, to get the help that they think they deserve. And so while a parent does have the option to opt their child out, if the child is 12 or older, they can still choose to partake in the screening.
exactly. Yeah. So, why is this important other than the fact that people can receive help and
Yeah.
through this evaluation?
So it's been known for a long time in Colorado, and especially in El Paso County, that teenage mental health has been a huge problem, and it's affected our teenage population pretty negatively. There's been a lot of suicides in the recent years. So this screening act will hopefully provide our state and mental health providers with a better understanding of teenage mental health, and then hopefully provide them with a better opportunity to provide students with the help they need based on what their screening evaluates.
Exactly. And in an indirect way, the screening kind of reduces the negative stigma associated with receiving help for mental health issues or potential issues. And I think just being able to talk about it in schools and just being able to implement a way for people to receive help in schools is going to be a huge help in trying to lower those suicide numbers.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good idea because I hope that this bill hopefully allows some adults, especially, to understand the importance of providing the screening in schools and other mental health resources. Because, like I said before, I think there is definitely a belief gap between our age group and our parents. And there is a testimony coming up, and we've been told that there are a lot of parents going there that are going to go against the bill and testify against the bill. So we hope that by getting the word out there and sharing why this screening is so important, that it can educate a lot of adults on the why they should prioritize their students' mental health and how implementing this in schools can be so positive.
Exactly. And not just there for their child specifically, but for all students within the district or community to receive help, because although their child might not show signs of like bad mental health or issues surrounding their mental health, you never know about the child next door.
Yeah, exactly. So. And in case anyone is wondering about some of these statistics that we've mentioned regarding student mental health in Colorado, according to the 2021 Health Kids Colorado survey, they found that 39.6% of youth experienced feelings of depression in the past year, and they reported feeling so sad or hopeless for 2 weeks or more in a row that they stopped doing some of their usual activities.
And then 17.1% of youth seriously considered suicide within the past year, and then 7.2% of youth attempted suicide in the past year. And
then following upon that idea, there was a 65.8% of youth experienced poor mental health during the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah. So we're hoping that with these mental health screenings, we can kind of find out the current status of a lot of students across Colorado and hopefully bring these numbers down, because we can hopefully get them the help they need. So
yeah, and just further action for our state representatives and Senate to just do what they need to do in order to lower these percentages.
Lily, do you want to kind of elaborate on the current status of the bill?
Of course, yeah. So House Bill 23-1003 was introduced January 9th of 2023 and is currently undergoing the process of being approved. So as of March 20th, the bill was passed by the House, and then the hearing for the Senate is on the 13th of April at 1:30 p.m.
That's 6 days from now.
Yeah.
Thursday next week. So if any of you are curious about getting involved, there's actually a lot of things that you can do.
Yes.
The first thing is you can testify at the hearing remotely via Zoom. We're going to have a link to join and sign up in our Instagram bio and in the description box of our YouTube episode release. And if you click the link, this is just a little guide of what you need to do. You have to click how do you wish to testify, and then by committee hearing agenda item, then hit committee name, Senate Health and Human Services, then meeting time and date 4/13 at 1:30 p.m., and then hearing item, House Bill 23-1003, School Mental Health Assessment. And then from there, you can kind of fill out all your information, and then it'll get you set up.
Yes, and if you don't want to testify in front of a large audience, you could also send a personal email to the Senate Health and Human Services Committee testifying for the bill. Sending a personal email is best, but we will have the email list in the caption of our newest Instagram post, along with the description box of our YouTube episode release.
Yeah, and this is also really important because just the act of reaching out to a senator, especially if you are a student, I think being a senator, hearing the perspective of a student and why this screening is so important, hopefully can allow them to consider why this bill is so important and why it should be implemented, because the bill went through on a vote of 43-19 in the House. So there's still a decent majority, at least in the House, that did not really see the importance of passing this screening. So any efforts to reach out really makes a difference.
Exactly. And even if you aren't a student, if you're a parent listening, that makes all the difference as well. Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think that's basically all that we have regarding the topic of this podcast. We really just want to get this out there before the Senate Day on the 13th. And we want to share the importance of this bill with everybody. If you guys want to get involved, please feel free to do so. I think this could really make a big difference in the state of Colorado and hopefully bring our suicide rates down. So yeah.
For sure. As we usually do, we want to talk about some resources. So some local resources within the area. We have Pikes Peak Suicide Prevention Partnership, which is a community within the Pikes Peak region oriented towards spreading awareness of mental health and suicide prevention through resources, events, and trainings like QPR, which is like question, persuade, and refer. And through their website, they have a application for joining the Teen Advocacy Board if you would like to join.
Another local suicide prevention organization that you guys can get involved in if you live in Monument is So Coalition. It's a Tri-Lakes area organization that's partnered with Pikes Peak Suicide Prevention, as stated before, and also oriented towards teenage mental health and suicide prevention. If you're interested and you're at Lewis Palmer High School, you can reach out to our principal, Mrs. O'Connor, or our school social worker, Mrs. Sell, if you're interested in helping out.
And another resource is NAMI of Colorado Springs. They offer several programs regarding improving mental health and plenty of resources to go through during a mental health crisis.
Another resource is Safe to Tell, which is an anonymous reporting service where you can report anything that concerns or threatens you, your friends, your family, or your community with a 24/7 service. That number is 1-877-542-7233.
And then there's Colorado Crisis Services, which offer immediate help to issues regarding substance abuse, sexuality, identity issues, depression, anxiety, and more.
And then a very resourceful page is the Lewis Palmer School District Counseling page, which is a great directory source to find extensive resources from local to national scales.
And if you're looking for more national, broader resources, then there's 988, which is the National Crisis Hotline and Suicide Prevention Hotline. And you can get online support from a trained professional for absolutely any problem. And it has been known to have waiting times, so Colorado Crisis Services may be faster. And that's it for the episode. So there's also a Google Form survey in our Instagram bio, and that is where you can just provide feedback, or if you want to be on the episode, you can request to be on the episode. And we just thank you for listening and encourage you to possibly testify or just educate yourself on the bill and let others know about it and its hearing date, which is on April 13th at 1:30 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Bye.